Oh, you guys, check this thing out. This is the Roosevelt by the Oz Machine Company. The Roosevelt is the first folding pocket knife design from the Oz Machine Company, and it has become probably his most popular and most sought after product. The books are closed right now on the Oz Machine Company books for this knife. I've been waiting in line for many months, and it's now finally here. And I just had to show you because I'm really excited about it. So let's talk about what I love about this knife real fast. First of all, I love the fact that these are literally made one at a time, and I get to decide what I want the knife to look like. These are semi-custom, you see. You don't get to change the blade length or change the structure of the knife, but you can control the color, you can control the hardware color, you can control the blade steel, and then also the blade finish. So there's many options available, and if you go to Oz Machine Company's Instagram account, every single knife that he builds, he shoots a video of it and pictures of it and posts them. So you have a fantastic archive of all of his work. You can see what's been done in the past. I believe this is the first time we've seen a gold and black model. Now, Daniel runs his shop with the help of his wife, Jenna, in Attica, Indiana. Really tiny little town. I bet they have no more than 3 stoplights in Attica. So a pretty small little place. But Dan is turning out some wonderful work. The fit and finish on this knife is fantastic. For one thing, I can't find an error, a mistake, or a screw up anywhere on it. It is really, truly precision made. The blade steel, of course, being Z-finit, is a wonderful blade steel. Some of you might know it as LC200N. It is going to be stain proof. It is going to be relatively easy to sharpen, and its high durability means that I really don't have to worry about the thing being brittle. A nice feature that he's incorporated into his knife is you can see, if you look closely there, you can see that there's 2 ball bearings on the end of the lock bar. And when the knife is in the open position, the ball bearings are the only thing that makes contact with the blade itself. So what that means for you is that you're not going to get any lock stick on this knife. And I bet even if there's oil there, it's not going to matter. The knife is going to open and close extremely smoothly. And you can see that the lockup is not too deep, that it really starts to feel funky. So that is a little detail that I don't see very often on semi-custom knives, and I definitely don't see them on mid-techs. The pocket clip is wonderful. It actually fits in your pocket, and it doesn't yank your pocket material off of your pants when you pull it out. So very easy to put away, very easy to take out, and it doesn't feel like it's going to fall out. So that's a really terrific feature. Let's talk about the grip for a minute. The grip is wonderful. I want to talk for a minute about the blade itself. I'd like to talk about the shape and the style of blade. This is a 3-inch long blade, which has sort of become the standard de facto size for a nice pocket carry knife, a nice EDC knife. 3 inches is really more than enough to do most tasks. You can cut a block of cheese with it, you can cut an apple with it, you can chop up cardboard with it. You can carry it most anywhere. It's not going to create a legal problem. But one thing that Daniel has done with the Roosevelt is your finger is right up there and your thumb is right in the perfect position. It makes this knife just a pleasure to cut with. Not wasting a lot of steel with a choil and a lot of extra area that doesn't include the blade means that it's really maximizing the edge length. If I compare that to another knife of similar size, like the Native 5, for example, you can see how much of that cutting area is wasted with this extra area and this extra fat steel here that's not sharpened to a point. What he's done is he's basically taken a very similar approach here, but he's maximized the edge length. So really nice cutter. The height of the blade here puts the cutting surface farther away from your fingers, so when you're holding the knife, you're not dragging your knuckles across the surface that you're cutting. And I really, really like the curve on the blade. It gives you a nice cutting area here, or you can cut here, or you can cut here. So as you slice or cut through things, the travel of the material across the blade is really excellent. Let's talk about the grip on the handle. I really, really like the swell here and the swell here. It gives two of my fingers really good grip on the handle, and my thumb is also in a very good position where it can do a lot of good and it can really hold on to everything. My pinky fingers and my ring fingers are comfortable back here as well, and the knife doesn't lose a lot of mass across the back end. On the Native, that's something that's always sort of bothered me, and on many Spyderco models, that is the case, where the knife tapers down to nothing, and it makes it a little bit harder to hold on to the knife. So when you're holding the knife in this position, the Native works great. If you hold it in this position, you find that you just sort of run out of handle, and there's nothing to hold on to at the back of the knife, and it compromises your ability to grip here. With the Roosevelt, I don't notice that at all. I feel like this is really a nice place to hold the knife. You can see that the large flipper hole allows you to get your finger in there very comfortably. You can also get your thumb in there. So far, I've been with the knife less than 12 hours, and I'm having a hard time using my thumb to open it. No trouble with my finger, but with my thumb, I'm just not quite there yet. So we talked about the lock bar, we talked about the clip, we talked about the ergos. Let's talk about the pivot. It does appear to be a bearing system, so the blade has a really nice drop to it. Closes very easily. The detent feels like the perfect size. The detent has a nice firm grab, but it's not so much that the knife doesn't want to come out. So I really like that moment of inertia on that detent ball. I think that was really well done and picked out properly. The size of the knife when closed is actually pretty stealthy. Again, if I compare it to my Native, you can see that the Native is actually a little bit taller, about the same length. So if you have a Native, then you can kind of imagine what the size is like. The weight of the thing is very good. When Daniel makes the scales, he does an excellent job of milling away the excess titanium, so the knife is strong and rigid, but not so heavy that it's difficult to carry. The knife comes in this really cool case. It's a nice waterproof case. Comes with a certificate that explains what's been used on the knife. And oh, I like that iridescence on it. Comes with a sticker. Isn't that swell? But let's talk for a minute about the order process. Currently, his books are closed, but the way that this came about for me was I found him on Instagram. I got on the books and I had to wait my turn, and every time a knife came out, I knew I was getting closer as the numbers got closer to mine. And when he hit about number 59 or 60, he sent me a note and said, hey, your knife is coming up soon. If you can fill out the order form and submit payment, then I'll have the knife made next week. And my jaw dropped, because normally in the world of knife ordering, you don't get your custom knife anywhere near the time that you think you're going to. And you definitely are going to be without your money for a minute while they build the knife. But I can honestly tell you that I filed the paperwork for this, and in less than 2 weeks I had the knife in my hands. So it tells me that Daniel really has his stuff together. He's really organized, and you're not going to be on infinite hold while you wait for your product. So you know what it did? It made me want to buy another knife. So believe me, I will be paying attention, and when the book's open again, I will be getting back in line, because there's so many more options and features that I can do with these knives, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Not for nothing, he's a killer sharpener too. This has a really beautiful mirror edge. I know he has a Wicked Edge Pro system, and he did a heck of a job putting an edge on this. So occasionally I will get knives in that are rather expensive, and I'm underwhelmed by the edge, and on this knife I can definitely tell you that I won't be sharpening it. So I've carried it for 1 day. It's as far as I've gotten, but so far 2 thumbs up from old Jason. I really am a big fan of this knife. So if you're interested, if you want to learn more about his knives, or if you want to go check him out, give him a follow. You're going to find him at Oz Machine Company. That is at OZ Machine Company on Instagram. He's also on Facebook. So thank you, Daniel. Thank you for a killer knife. I really enjoy it, and I will cherish it for a long time. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to continue the conversation, if you want to learn more about knives, you just want to talk about knives, please join us in our Facebook group. We call it a club because it really feels more like a club than a typical group. We're up to 6,500 people now, and we're growing every day. So we'd love to have you. You can also find us on Instagram at Millie PM2 Para 3 Club, and you can find lots of pretty pictures over there. So go on over. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.